From our studios in New York City, this is Charlie Rose.
Robert Zemeckis has directed the biggest movie of the year. Castaway, starring Tom Hanks, is the story of one courageous man's struggle to stay alive on a desert island. It is a powerful and existential film directed by one of our most extraordinary filmmakers. Robert Zemeckis, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Charlie.
Now, the character Tom Hanks plays in the movie Castaway is based on a real person?
That's right, but you have to understand, that man was stranded on an island for 24 years, so his experience was a little more intense than we were prepared to show in a movie.
Really? How so?
I can't really go into it, but maybe you can interview him yourself sometime.
Well, no time like the present. Mr. Happy Folger is here.
Hello, you bastard.
Charlie, I really don't think this is a good idea.
Of course you don't. You promised to turn my life into a film, and then you left out all of the good parts, you son of a bitch.
Really, would you explain that, please, the good parts?
Certainly, Charlie. For starters, he left out the part where I slept for 2 years on a nest made entirely of my own ass hair. Where was that in your film?
Here we go. Charlie, Mr. Folger's experience on that island has left him completely insane.
Me? Insane? You wouldn't have survived one day on that island, Mr. Zemeckis. I'll tell you about sanity. Did you know that semen can be used as a super glue? I discovered this quite by accident after one of my legendary 5-hour masturbation marathons had come to its logical conclusion. Naturally, I passed out from exhaustion, and when I woke up later on that day, I found my penis stuck so securely to my abdomen that it could not be removed until the rainy season. Where was that in your film?
As I said, Charlie, insane.
Christine didn't think that I was insane.
Christine. So there was somebody else on the island with you?
Christine was beautiful. I never would have survived without Christine. She made love like an animal.
That's because she was an animal.
She was a howler monkey, and I'm not ashamed. I married her, Charlie.
In a ceremony performed by a parrot.
All right, you know what? I want to come back to this. But first, Mr. Folger, would you talk to us for a moment about the cruise ship that eventually rescued you?
Actually, Charlie, there were 3. But the first 2 turned me away because I was covered head to toe in a sunblock made from my own excrement. At the time, Charlie, I was making everything out of poo. I was wearing poo boots, and I insisted on paying for my boat fare in poo dollars. Where was that in your film?
Tom Hanks isn't gonna take a crap on film.
Then what was Turner and Hooch? Charlie, don't leave me hanging.
Now, Robert, how can you justify leaving out all of these fascinating and true details from this man's story?
Well, we put in the part about talking to a volleyball.
Up. They got that wrong too, Charlie. In the film, Tom Hanks spoke to a volleyball, but in real life, I spoke to my testicles.
Did you name your testicles Wilson?
My testicles I named the Dombrowski twins. And we had many, many wonderful conversations until in year 17, Christine mistook one of them for a wild fig. Where was that in your film?
I don't see any point in continuing this. I'm gonna get out of here. Mr. Folger, if you're disappointed in the movie, I apologize.
Don't apologize to me, Mr. Zemeckis. Apologize to the one surviving Dombrowski twin.
I refuse to say I'm sorry to a testicle.
Then why don't you apologize to America for the panoply of bad films you've put upon us in the Cineplex, like Forrest Gump and...
That's it!